how much that like connects people. Like the Sunset Cove, like because people when they see me and they hear like me speak and things like that, they think nothing of Essex. So when I say, "Oh yeah, I'd be up Sunset," I used to be up Sunset Cove all the time, and you're like, "Oh word," like you know what I'm saying? White people be like, "Oh word," because like it seems like every white person is from that area, no matter where you like, no matter where you go, whether it be like Serena Park.
Let me pause real quick. This is extracurricular nonsense. Follow, like, subscribe, comment, shout us out. So, like you were saying, here's what I'm learning about certain people. They don't like getting outside of their own community, like comfort zone.
Yes.
Like, what I'm learning is like, yo, if you live in Essex, you don't go outside of Essex, White Marsh, none of that. I'm like, yo, you know,
Middle River area, Rosedale, all that, yeah.
I be everywhere.
Right? And that's some shit my mom was like, you see the niggas on the corner, like there's like a group of kids, like on my corner, like where I grew up. On the corner, like, and it's like, for me, for a moment, I thought that was where the cool kids was until you realize, like, oh, okay.
That's
really,
not where the cool kids
right,
are.
and they really thought, like, I remember riding out to Essex one time, it was like, because it was for drugs that everybody wanted, and to me, a 30-minute ride is nothing. But to them, they're like, yo, we gotta take a pillow and a blanket, like, fucking change your clothes and shit, like, right, because it's like they're like going out of town. It's like going out of town to them.
Yo, but that's real because like it didn't hit me. It didn't hit me that was a real thing until I realized like I'm more prone to going to places even though I've never been too far out of Maryland. I've been a lot more places than a lot of the Baltimore niggas I know. Like where you been at? You be like you ever been in Glen Burnie? They be like
Glen Burnie, right?
They're like Glen Burnie.
Yo, my mother being the outrageous shopper that she is, I spent like, you know what I'm saying, like ridiculous time.
I was just talking to my man. So I'm like, he was like, yo, that's like when I was dating Shorty. She was 35. She was out on Owens Mills. I ain't about that. That shit's around the corner.
Literally, it's literally a 20-minute drive from
I told him I was like, yo, I like driving. Like I don't mind it. Like,
it's choosing.
As you guys know, I be everywhere. Like Columbia, Ellicott City. Like it don't matter. Like anywhere. To me, anywhere within an hour is around the corner.
Bro,
and maybe 2 hours.
I've drove to Philly for a cheesesake before. It's nothing.
And so I'm like, yo, it's around the corner.
I'm not gonna lie, niggas were really, and I was, you were there. Yeah. When niggas was like, yeah, let's go to Philly for a cheesesteak. I'm like, Philadelphia?
Yeah, yo.
I was like, nah, I only see that on TV. Like, fuck no.
Yo, it's really not that bad.
But it really is. You hop on 83, like, by the time you fucking chop it up.
It's easy. It's actually easy to jump on 95. You gotta pay a toll. But.
Oh, 95 to get to Philly?
Yeah.
Well, for us, it was like you ride out there, ride out to York. To York and go through York because, you know, it's a straight shot. It's like you just stay on there.
Yeah, I used to take 95 just. Especially with no traffic out.
And it surprised me how many people live in Pennsylvania but work in Maryland.
Yo, it's coming because it's not too far from each other.
Well, I realized that going through school, a couple of my teachers were living in Philly or living in York or some part of the border parts of Pennsylvania. And we'll just drive down from there to Maryland.
York is coming.
Yeah.
Oh, York. I got people I work with right now that live in York.
I don't know if it's that Maryland schools pay more than Philly or I don't know what it is.
You can make more money here. You can make your money from Maryland goes farther in Pennsylvania
than it does
but you make more money. You can't find the work out in Pennsylvania that you can find
in here.
In Maryland.
My man brought a house out there and a house there, he paid $80. It would have been $270.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
now that's another valid point.
I know people that live like kings out in Pennsylvania
because my
they just got the hell of commute. Like that's it.
My mother's husband's barber lives in Pennsylvania. He drives down from Pennsylvania to Lexington Market every day. But the house
that may be a different story because
the house was that much cheaper.
Market,
the house was just that much cheaper. To live there.
Lexington Market?
And he said the schools are kind of better.
Lexington Market, though.
Nah, hey, I don't do it. All I'm saying is that's what he do, man.
I'm just saying this. Like, I don't know.
I wouldn't do it.
That are spending money on haircuts at Lexington City.
Oh, no. It's a little... Every time I bring there, it's popping in there.
No, I'm sure.
Value,
but I want to see.
I've never gotten a haircut there.
Does he have their one? Yeah.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
You just want to have
No.
We in the game now?
I'm feeling like the Big Lebowski at this point. It's okay.
Okay.
You have what?
He didn't have a hat.
Yeah, I left out the house with no hat on, and I'm feeling real
Scruffy.
homeless.
I didn't want to go home.
No,
Scruffy.
yeah.
Oh, I was on I thought it was on like Diary of a Mad Black Man type shit. Like, I was like, I just wasn't.
Yo, let's get right into it though.
Because when he said, remember he said something to me in the door, and I was like, nah, it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
You said I'll see you. Yeah, okay. We can do this on
Hey, yo,
But let's get right to the topic. Me and Q was talking over here. We were talking about niggas versus nigger.
no, that's not what we. Whoa, that is not what we were
Punch
talking
that guy.
about.
I was like, yo, the way he did the ER, like, I was in that shit.
Okay, no, because now I've realized we can't do this show as a youth show with his white friends. That's what we can't do.
Oh, yeah.
Because
And it's you. It's you.
Yes,
no,
it's you.
no, that is not what you're talking about.
Mr. Vans on my feet.
You told a story, and based on your story, I know exactly what you were talking about because there's a difference between showing your black folk side and your nigga side.
Well, no.
And I was always taught, my mother always taught me it's a difference between black folk and nigga.
Well, you didn't learn that?
No, I learned that.
Oh, I was going to say, because Chris Rock taught me that.
No, my mom taught me that, and then
This is very simple. It's like, boy, I hate a nigga. Fee,
Yeah.
fi, fo, fum, boy, I hate a nigga. Like, yo, fucking, yeah, because, like, I agree with you.
I don't know
100%.
where you came from, bro.
I agree with you 100% because, you
We're going
know,
to the same place.
No,
I just wanted to.
you was going back in time, nigga.
niggas is like, they go. It's like they go out of their way to like
They're a different breed. At the end of the day,
reinforce stereotypes.
Mhm.
I'm like, yo, come on. Like, not here.
Come on,
Not
like,
here.
do we have to make a scene, or like is everywhere like when you experience some injustice or something you think
does
is
it have to go
injustice,
direct to
right.
race?
Thank you. Yo. Like it's maybe it wasn't that. Like let them show you that.
I literally go
Real
out my way to
racism
avoid the
is
race card
like-
if possible. Because it's the easiest argument to win.
It's so crazy because I go so far my way to avoid a race card, I kind of overlook the fact that there is racism sometimes. Like I'm so not willing to just chalk everything up to it's against black people that sometimes you forget that some things are just because we're black. Even though I know, but I also know it's other factors. It's other factors that we brought upon ourselves. It's other factors that are just reality. It's other factors to it, and the race card just plays so
Most
much.
stereotypes.
I don't like to play that race card.
Most stereotypes, in my opinion,
Are true.
A lot of
Yeah.
it.
like,
Even if most stereotypes are 100% true, they have some truth in them.
yeah.
A lot of stereotypes got some truth in them. Yeah.
Yo, this nigga knows what he's doing, yo. And this is why I don't fuck with him.
What he do?
No, this nigga's ignorantly chewing on his ice like he's a child. Like we all got slushies or some shit. Like we don't know. This nigga's like, yo, you should have seen the face he was making. Like, honestly, we need to edit that out because I swear to God, I looked at him, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Yeah, I'm about to cry. She's just like, yo, that's just water. There's no flavor in that. No, it's not no blue.
You didn't add no sugar. You didn't add no lemon
It's
juice.
really not on purpose.
Not
I just had somebody. It's funny because I really had somebody yell at me last night about this.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, you don't really do ice. He's like, yo, you don't you ice like that. So I'm like, yo, I really need to get ice. Like, this is the thing.
Obviously, you having too much fun.
With
You
ice?
guys here by yourself. You know how like you see like obviously you do that by yourself, and like you should continue.
They do it by
by yourself. But like, should he sound like he has a celebrity? Or, like, I mean, do you have a glass of ice water like a grown man? Like, I don't know.
Yo,
But
he's
anywho,
crunching down like.
yeah, that's what I'm like.
I heard it crunching. I didn't see the face though.
I can't, it's like it's that with like the like. I don't even want to say. I don't even like. I'm uncomfortable as a matter of fact. Jesus Christ, I've been at work too long.
Oh,
I'm really frustrated.
I just realized we really didn't talk about no topics.
Ow.
No, we talking about
We did.
niggas. Like,
No, that's one topic. What are our topic?
I'm professional. Usually there's a pre-production that wasn't a thing today.
Yeah.
We don't time.
y'all pay for this? Go fuck yourselves. Like, I'm not making excuses for them. Like, I was at work all day. Like, y'all don't pay for this. Go fuck yourself. Like, you asking me for shit and you don't pay for this. Like, come on, yo. No, I was just like, I had a boss today, right? So, and I was just like, you know,
Oh my god.
what you're yelling at me about, if it's everybody, honestly, sir, it's you. Because you're actually the only common denominator. So if you're yelling at me about something, and I'm like, you know, I apologize because, like, we had, granted, we had that conversation, but again, I had done this before we had that conversation, so, like, we got to deal with this because I'd already did it. So it's like, whatever. But he's like, nah, I'm just pissed off because, you know, everybody's doing this. I'm like, well, if it's everybody, then it's you. Because the only common denominator is, like, we're all different people with different agendas and different ways of thinking, but the only common denominator is that we're all employed by you and we're all trained by you. So if we're all fucking something up,
you failed somewhere.
right? Then it's you. It
train the
can't,
majority of it.
right? It can't be all of us. Like if I was just doing something and it's my one-off, then like okay, that's him just doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a one-time situation. But if everybody is doing one thing and they were all trained by one person or one entity, then it's you. So miss me with all that yappity and get yourself in the mirror and
I
talk
hate
to
hearing that
yourself.
shit because, like, first of all, I hate in any business where it's like the blame game. I don't want to hear about it. Like, yo, first of all, it don't matter who did it. How we gonna fix it?
And it don't
Give me
matter.
some solutions, and then we can get into the smaller who did it. How we gonna fix it from the inside out? Don't give me all that like, yo, people aren't blah 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 blah. Doing this and this. I'm over it.
Number one, he said my boss was yelling. The fuck if he was.
Well,
I'm a grown ass man.
It wasn't. Well, I mean,
and it's levels to this shit.
It wasn't like
you can yell at that. You can yell at them little girls around the way. You can let them little.
It wasn't like he was yelling at me, like because even as he was saying it, I was looking at my homeboy who I also work with. I was like, yo, he's mad. Like, yo, he's mad. I was like, yo, why are you so mad? It's like because realistically, it's because of what you want to call my lack of training, I guess, and we'll leave it at that. My lack of training or whatever, it's making it harder for you to do your job. But yet and still, you get paid more than me to therefore go and clean up my messes. I'm not supposed to manage myself. That's not what my job description. That's not what the offer letter that I signed is. That I will be such and such and the manager of such and such. I won't be. That's why there's two different pay scales and two different job descriptions and two different positions for that. Is one person doing that and one person cleaning up the fuck ups, other person doing that. So, all I had to say is like,
I'm definitely quick to let a manager know that ain't my job. That's your job as a manager.
Yeah.
I'm quick to. I'm not gonna do more than what my pay rate
yep.
and my job description tells me to do.
And when it comes to
because
sales,
you're not paying me for that.
When it comes to sales, like the people who get paid more and at a higher clip start to get mad when they have to, when it's not easy for them, right? It's like,
and that's funny.
This is the reason why you have all that experience and shit like that.
It's funny you say that because I'm definitely usually like, I'll tell people like, yo, that's not your job behind that. If something goes left, get me. And in my own like, I don't want you to worry about that.
But no, that's as a manager, I'm supposed to worry.
Who's gonna do it? Because you're not here.
Because when it goes all the way left, she's gonna look at you like, why didn't you grab that?
Because when it goes all the way left, first of all, that's your job at this point. And then two, you told me not to worry about that because I'm supposed to just get the numbers up. But at the same time, I'm supposed to handle middle skill level stuff before it gets to your level. Like before it gets to an owner problem, before they're like, okay, we're suing them, I should have already should have intersected that.
Nip that shit in the bud.
Like I already should have handled that.
I agree.
It really just boils down to a lot of these managers out here aren't qualified to be managers. Like whether we're talking about whether we're talking about qualified when it comes to experience, personality, demeanor. Being a manager comes
maturity
as well. Being a manager takes it's multiple levels and different
knowledge.
into it.
I think is totally different between like how you handle things day to day and your maturity level, because your maturity level will have you react like you did today when things aren't really going well. Then you want to play wham. Like let's start blaming other people. But it's like realistically,
It's
we've all
you.
been doing this less time than you had, and you're in a position to clean up what we fucked up, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's your job.
Because I'm big on including me in a problem. Like, if we have an issue, I'm like, look, we got to clean up on this. I'll do it too. And then we go from there. Because now that I've included me, we can go forward. Because, look, I'm not just blaming you. I'm not just blaming you. I'm not calling you mature. I'm calling, look, we all have a problem. Let's start to build. Let's start to fix it. And a lot of people, that ego gets in the way.
And I get that. And sometimes even you could be in the process of doing that, but like the person becomes frustrated with things that like understand that there are things that happen before we fix the problem.
For sure.
So like for you to say like I have the understanding that like going forward we're not doing this. Like you know what I'm saying? And now I clearly see the problem. But you being mad about something that like had already had like that's like all right, if you taught somebody how to sweep up correctly, you know what I'm saying? But like we still have to deal with the rooms that you swept up incorrectly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and those rooms were done before we had that conversation. So like you as manager then can't cry.
Yeah, that's
like, you know what I'm saying?
kind
Or
of-
like you know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I'm saying. So like miss me with the you know what I'm saying with
The boy.
yeah. Thank you.
I hate that over, like, why? First of all, why are you so emotional? Why are you so upset? Why are we screaming at each other? First of all, you must not know.
Once
Once it makes me
again-
matter,
once
then,
again,
then
you're-
why you're mad?
Once
Why
again,
are
you
mad?
brought up screaming, and
Months ago.
you're gonna managers learn
Nobody's
quickly.
screaming. You're not screaming.
You're not screaming or yelling or even raising your voice.
Oh, you don't
slightly.
know that you can get punched in the chest, too.
Bruh, I'm not gonna punch you in your chest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know.
I'm not gonna
I'm not going to say I won't.
I'm a grown up like you're a grown up. I give you respect. I expect respect back. Or I can show you the same kind of energy you showing me.
Because this is going to go left.
And
real quick.
you don't want that kind of energy in your
This is gonna go
life.
left real quick because I'm petty.
Legit.
Yeah, I'm more of the petty type to more so like be looking behind me, looking around. Like I'm just trying to find who you're talking to.
Bruh.
You gonna say, oh, you,
Yeah,
oh, you don't know me. Okay.
you thought I was dumb.
Okay.
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 Interesting.
How tall are you again? Because nothing's nailed to the ground. I'm just.
Why does your
Why are you
height
getting
matter?
so
Why-
physical?
Why does the height matter? Like,
I am curious. Have you really fought some managers before?
No. I'm
The
not.
f-
but I'm just like whether it's Shaq or Kevin Hart. Like neither of them are yelling. At me. I don't understand.
What does that have to do with being nailed to the ground?
Nothing's nailed to the ground.
Listen, how tall are you?
Everything in
like,
Yeah, but no matter how tall you are, you can be or not be nailed to the ground.
This is also true. That is also true.
You think I can nail Shaq big ass to the ground?
Nothing's held to the ground.
I mean, your table ain't.
This is weak as I need a new table bad. But I want to talk about not reaching. I feel like there's so much opportunity in this time frame. Like you can do so much in this era, and I feel like people don't always take advantage of the opportunity, the outlets that are available now. I was just talking to my sister this morning. I was talking about my man who was like, "Yo, I want something a little more that pays a little bit better." Hardest question I've ever been asked in my life is
Separate the weights from the black.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I'm being serious with the guy. I was
Whites and blacks.
Put it on the other side.
we here now.
You put it on your screen though.
I literally got mine over. But continue.
But that's because you're a cheater, so. They say
Time out. Hold up. Yo, I really firmly believe if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
What?
Explain.
Not in relationships, not when it comes to.
Elaborate.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about, yo, if you're not, perfect example, the Patriots show.
Hold on, stop, because I don't want to get into that. Because I feel like we're going to go on a tangent. Hold that thought.
Yo knows better. He does. That's a great. He was learning. He's learning.
Not them niggas.
Don't let it.
Sports and them niggas.
Don't let it. Don't let it.
Hold
It's
that.
like-
Continue.
It's out
Hold
of
that.
control.
He was like, I was like, me and my sister talking. Every time I talk to my sister, it's very motivational, very intuitive about what we want to do in life. And I was talking to her. I was like, you know, in this area, there's really no reason. There's no area not that you can't really tackle. So, hardest question I've ever been asked in my life is like, yo, if you didn't have to work tomorrow, what would you do with the rest of your life? And I'm like, I have no idea what I would
Well, that's
do.
not a realistic question either, so.
It's not.
Why
But at
is
the
that
same
question?
time, if you hit the lottery tomorrow,
Do you play lottery?
no.
It's also not realistic either, then, so why ask that question?
But it's a realistic thing that could happen if you
No,
hit the
not
lottery.
if you don't play lottery.
It's been logic, I swear.
I'm just
I love
saying.
it. I love
You
it,
feel me?
I get it. I get it.
Don't
I get
ask
it.
me. Don't ask
I
me
get
dumb
it.
questions.
I get it. I get it.
And people hate when I'm literal like that.
Yeah.
I get it.
I don't play the lottery, I don't see a situation where I wouldn't have to work tomorrow.
I get it. But if that was the case, we're playing with it. So the hardest question I've asked, I was like, I really don't know. I don't know where I would.
You know, it's really hard to play the if game with black people because it's like, if you didn't put us on that boat, if, you know what I'm saying? If we weren't so oppressed, like, if, you know what I'm saying? Like,
fast forward. So,
Come on. Because
I feel like that's two different things. It's like, what would you want your dream job to be? Which is like, necessarily, I don't need another job, but like, I would want to do that, but I'm not going to do it for fucking free. That's for sure. Like, but, I mean, like, I guess if what you wanted to do was not a job or free, you know what I'm saying? Like,
what would you do for free? That was the
not
question.
a thing.
What would I do for free?
Like career job wise.
Just
I would,
anything.
I would like for free.
That's so
That's
so
love,
vague though.
I would
Pause,
love
I don't
to
wanna
be
get off the
like,
point.
I would
Hold
love
that.
to be the person to be like, to just be mean to like white people, like
I
just
don't
to,
understand.
like for free. I would love that. I would love that to just be like, oh, are you having a great day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are those your khakis? Are those your khakis?
I don't understand.
All right, I'm sorry.
He has white friends.
I say that to say,
I'm confused.
A lot of them, they know. They look at me.
to get back on topic,
You have advantages, sir or ma'am. Like,
I have a story in a minute. I have a story.
Oh my god.
But I say that to say, he was like, yo, if I had to pick, I would do some type of sports broadcasting. And I'm like, yo.
For free.
I was like,
For free.
yeah.
not for the free. So, see, because
I'm not.
Even
Yo,
my dream job.
I
is
would
be
love
like
to
a
be.
GM. Like, I would love.
I'm
to be
not
like
doing it
a
for
GM.
free.
I'm not doing it for free.
You- So,
Like, I need
okay,
that
okay.
salary.
Okay.
And like the whole thing, it would be like the negotiating
Bro,
salary.
listen,
and stuff like that.
listen. Tell him to learn how to ask better questions because the premise of that question is so fucked up.
y'all take
And you know
this
what?
away.
We get 400 gigs for free. How about that? Huh? I don't.
Not
I've
even-
already stockpiled my free bank. You don't got it.
Not even going to that point. I'll just say.
I'll show you all the shit we did for free. Let's
Can I
go
finish?
Wait,
Let's
no,
go to
no,
Washington
no.
D.C.
Because
okay, I'll show you all the shit
I'm
we
gonna let
did
you
for
finish,
free.
but I want you to understand how stupid that question.
No, I get it.
I'm gonna let you
No,
know it. But
no.
Beyonce should have got
No,
I get it.
I don't
Finish the
think you
point.
do because it's
I
like
do get it.
it's like all right, one.
I watched a documentary on Beyonce. Newfound respect for her. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
One, I
heard about that.
haven't had no time or energy to spend on thinking about what I would do if I didn't have to work for the rest of my life. That's not something you just sit around and think about because it's not realistic.
That's not true. Not realistic to not have to work it off there.
At 26, you thought about what happens if I wake up tomorrow at 27 and don't have to work. You haven't thought about it.
If I have enough money to not have to wake
But
up in
you
the morning,
don't.
Yes.
Q. Realistically, we are all like this far from making Facebook. Like realistically, we've all had
From
that,
making Facebook
not
or
necessarily
coming up with the idea of Facebook.
something on that level where it's like I thought of that and I just didn't have the wherewithal to like put my whole fucking life savings into it. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought of that.
You also didn't have the.
You're saying
The-
it's not
the-
realistic.
you also
but
didn't
you're
have
saying, what you're more so saying is it's not possible. But like,
No, I'm not saying possible.
I feel like we're having like a high boy argument and we're not even fucked up.
we're not. But I like
Like
that
at all.
because it's creative.
That's also why I never felt the need to really smoke too much because even with all my high friends, I fit right in sober. Asking stupid questions and coming up with dumbass scenarios that
But
I
let me
people
finish
come up
because
with.
we're gonna get to that. But let me finish. So I was like, yo, you could at this era you could really do that. Start a little channel, start making videos, and this could bring an income. He was like, yes, but it's not guaranteed. Yes, but if you have a full-time job and doing that, all this takes is time. That builds on itself because you're gonna watch sports. You're not gonna not watch sports because you enjoy it. That can build up. Your main job can build up. And then eventually this gets so big where you're like, you don't have to work your main job. I feel like sometimes people look so in the future and as to right now where it's like, yo, that's not bringing money right now. Where it's like, yo, it doesn't have to bring money right now. Because you can just do it because you enjoy it. But still work your full-time shit.
That's true.
But build this on the side and then this will build up and then you can start to step back from your responsibilities because they don't pay for itself.
And I've always learned from like people who have been successful that it's like it's not you don't think about it that way. You think that I'll be paid for this once like you get to that level where like you're like, you know what I'm saying, where it's like you're being overpaid for something, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is just like paying me for all the hard work that I did back, you know, such. So I mean, I kind of agree with you. I just think that it's different. Like the premise that you're talking about is different from what Q's saying, because like what you're saying is how to make something like that tangible. What he's saying is that there is even when you get to that point where you technically, I guess you could say, don't have to work, you still have to work to manage your money, to manage your
not to mention, if we really want to think about it, some of the richest people in the world, outside of oil barons and Saudi princes and shit like that, work the most. Elon Musk works more than all of us combined.
My thing is,
that nigga's day-to-day life is thinking about working.
Is it work though? If you enjoy it,
you gotta listen to. Did you listen to Joe Rogan's podcast?
I did, and he's constantly thinking.
But is that work?
Him thinking, it is, because him thinking is what led to Tesla. Him thinking is what led to SpaceX.
But is that work though? Like,
how's it not work? It's
because
leading
because if you want to be real,
it's not work.
If you want to be real, Tesla's numbers are going down.
That doesn't mean he's not working. That doesn't mean he's not working. That doesn't mean he's not working.
I'm gonna put some.
If you're not making money, that doesn't mean you're not working. That doesn't mean your money's not coming in like you thought it was.
He's thinking.
Q, like, somebody comes to you tomorrow, like, yo, Q, I will pay you this amount to talk about sports all day. Do you feel like you're working?
Yes, that's working, because
it's working. In
listen, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. Because talking about sports the way me and Norm talk about sports, and talk about sports the way Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, that is different. These niggas work.
Because you gotta go to rehearsal, you gotta have topics.
You're actually looking at history, and that is work, my nigga.
There's a time commitment.
It's work.
So not just like,
okay. Now, does everyday people like us think it's work? No, because we go to 9-to-5 jobs.
That's true.
But that's work, my guy.
But you're comparing it to Stephen. I'm asking, if somebody came to you, I just want you to come
and
talk about sports.
No, because if I'm coming to talk about sports,
I'm not saying you don't have to work towards it.
I think you guys are missing each other on the work and doing something you love.
But I'm not though, because I hear where he's coming from.
You're still working. Because you're still
but that's what I'm saying. You're still working. You're still waking up in the morning. Yes, you're still doing research and still looking into it and looking at it different. But if you enjoy it, is it really work?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Do you enjoy fucking pussy? Do you break a sweat?
Yes.
Because that's work.
I don't really look at it.
But it's work.
That's work, buddy. You burning calories.
So I'll put it like this. Me and Norm play football all our fucking lives.
Yeah.
We love the fuck out of football. Did you work? Because I worked.
Or maybe
it's work.
One more question is, can it be fun? But I go to the gym. That's work, but I enjoy it. Like, that's not.
So okay. I get what you're saying.
Talking about.
So now
enjoying your work.
But that's
two different things.
I'm saying
two different things.
It is two different things because like most people don't enjoy their work.
Enjoy what they do.
But that doesn't mean that just because you enjoy your work, it's not work.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not trying to. No,
because
I think we're missing. Like you said, I think we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
I think I get it. I think I get it.
I think you just trying to
get it. Is work, but you can do something that you enjoy too.
Right. I think it really boils down to career and jobs in my mind, because that's how I separate the two. In my mind, I think a career would be something I enjoy, something I would not mind doing for the rest of my life. There's a career in my mind. A job, I'm doing this.
This is
means to an end.
To a job, because I just said pussy, and I know my mom watches this, and I'm like, ah shit. She's like, shit.
That's I want to do both these shit. I was like,
yeah. So I mean,
oh yeah, we're gonna do that. That's gonna be live.
I think in my mind it's more separated between career and jobs. Somebody came to me and said, I want you to do this with sports. That is a career. I'm going to work for that for the rest of my fucking life. If somebody come to me and say, Q, I want you to be the manager of this restaurant, that is a job. Even as a manager, that is not what I want to do until I'm 70. That is a job. So that's the difference in my mind. Not necessarily.
Again, I think we're saying the same thing, just different lingo.
Right.
But more articulated. a job, a career that you enjoy, that you don't look through. It's like you don't hate going to your career in the morning. You don't hate waking up in the morning like, yo, I gotta watch the game today to know what's
You
going
don't
on.
take extra 2 shots at night to make sure you.
Yeah, that's
you
not.
But then, like, sometimes, like, but even in still with the job that you enjoy, you'd be like, yeah, maybe I wish it didn't start at 5 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I feel like there are levels of work to even
Because
things that you enjoy.
I would struggle. I'm not even gonna lie. I would love to be a sportscaster.
Yeah.
I would struggle with
I'm
this.
not about that.
Yeah.
But that's
I-
why
I was like, I would struggle with their schedule. I most certainly,
Maybe up like
without
3
a
or 5.
doubt,
Yeah.
would struggle with their schedule.
You gotta be, like, coherent and ready to argue at, like, 4 a.m.
And I'm not about that life. At 4 a.m., I just got to sleep at 3. What are you talking about?
Fuck you. That's the level of my argument. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, like okay.
Like, that's not even part of it.
I'm not a
just-
morning person.
Let's just take espresso and try to take a nap real quick.
And morning person, I'm a big. But that's why I'm trying to own shit, because you just work on your own space when you own shit. You hire people that are meet people. Like, yo, I'll be there at 11. But until 11, you gotta hold that down. I'll be there. I don't want to. Oh, well, you gotta do that. Or
We're just have a job.
like, I don't understand. Until you get to that point, you kind of gotta do what I say.
If I was to own some shit, I would always own it in like a state like Maryland where you can just get fired on the spot.
Yeah.
Because I
You
don't.
still need paperwork though. And,
But you still get fired on the spot.
No, it's definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
at will
yeah,
fire.
but like
But you still need
your
documentation.
unemployment will torpedo you if you be doing shit like that.
100%.
Interesting.
No, that unemployment is real. Like the
Yeah,
way
the
people avoid
the unemployment, or the way that businesses try to get out of
Crazy.
unemployment, like, oh, dog, because you got to think the people that are unemployed are like counting as like 1.5 persons at the job because they still got to pay them, but they're getting no production.
Right. I think it really just comes down to better hiring practices and how you go about hiring people.
I mean, you can
I've
always
sat in interviews.
try that, but like I know people who work in HR and they'll tell you straight up, like, because I'm the same way. Like, I can get any job I want. Like, I could audition to be, I could interview to be president of the United States right now and get it. Oh yeah, and see you Monday, no problem. But like,
that doesn't mean I'm qualified.
Right?
That doesn't mean I'm qualified.
90 days in, you gonna be like, oh, like, yeah, like this nigga's missing days. He's like, he's late.
We will be late.
He has no idea what the Geneva Convention is. Like,
I didn't know what that is. But I think for me, while I succeed in, I'm sure it's for you, like that for you and you as well. We succeed in that aspect because we can go to a job with no knowledge, and in a week or two, you know exactly everything to do.
I know what you want.
Yeah, I know what you want, and I'm gonna figure out how to do it, and I'll have it done.
Me and my sister just had a conversation. If I get that interview, I got the job, and I'll win.
Yeah.
If I have the interview, it's
Done deal.
I don't even know what's happening.
Now, I used to think that. But the older I get, the more I realize that overqualified is a real thing.
Yeah.
But that don't count. Like, that don't.
No, that really does.
That's real. And
I had feedback from like they were like, yeah, he acted like he knew this too much. Like I was like, how's that possible?
Yo, I've been passed
I don't
up.
think that's for
Bro,
me.
I've been
if I'm
passed up.
overqualified, that job wasn't for me.
I've been passed up on a couple of jobs because they told me you wouldn't. One lady said you wouldn't stay here long, and I know you wouldn't because she said one, the pay wouldn't satisfy you, and two, what you're doing wouldn't satisfy you, and you wouldn't be able to move up to management fast enough. And I was like, I respect that.
I respect, yeah.
And then there's other jobs you go, is other interviews you go to.
Where they lied to you.
And
like, yeah, you could do all of that.
Not only that, but there's other interviews you go to, and the manager that is interviewing you, you can tell isn't about that, and you can tell you can have their job. And they know you can have their job. Why the fuck would they hire you?
I got turned down from one interview, and it was for an insurance company. And I was trying to sell insurance. And he sat it down, pitched me. It was a group interview. I was so intimidated. But once I was in an interview, I was like, oh, y'all soft. I got this. This is legit. I was like, I got this.
I like picking people apart. Like, you'll think you cool, but that's actually purple on pink.
Like, why would you do that? It's cool that you just built a house, but that's what you doing?
Right. Like, did you wear Vans to this interview? Get the fuck out of here, dog.
So
let's speak to that, though.
We can get to that.
People wearing whatever they want to interviews nowadays.
No, we got
I've seen people wear literally sweatpants and Timbos to an interview and get the job. And I'm like, huh?
I'm talking through this interview, and
it was an aggressive curious.
Cause I'm gonna get my point across.
What's up? You're tired of being the third party.
Wait, you hold your thoughts.
Wait.
Time out. We gonna get to that. So I get this job.
But we never get back to it.
What's her name? No, you said that's his name. That's
Jenny?
That's Oprah's best friend. Gail.
Gail.
Yo, Gail. It's my show now.
So I get through.
Sit down, Robert.
So we get through 3 interviews. It's 3 group interviews. I'm like, all right, I got this. Text dude, hey, boom, boom, boom. Listen to me. This is gonna be hard work. Take 3 days. Think about it. Text me when you're ready. We'll get you started.
Text you?
Call me. Whatever you want to say.
Oh my God.
So I'm like,
I don't text grown men. I'm not texting a grown man.
So he was like, yo.
So your wife can text me back. Like, who the fuck is this? Like, nah.
I know the name is Norm, but this ain't no fucking
Norm, right?
So he was like, call me in 3 days. Think about it. Make sure this is what you want to do. I said, okay, cool.
What kind of insurance? Is this like
Prudential?
Life.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, cool. Took
That's
2
not
days.
for you.
I took 2 days. I was like, all right, cool. Look,
You
by the
need
way,
something more tangible.
yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. Blah blah blah. Let's go forward. Didn't hear anything back. Call my recruiter. Hey, dude called me. Told me to call him. Called you. Never heard anything back. I don't like to go to risk card. I think this
You
is
would
one
probably
thing.
be successful at it though, but it wouldn't be for you. I know you as a person.
I understand that. And in hindsight, it could have been different, but it was just one thing I wanted at the time. A different thing I wanted under my belt. Because I'm like, I see it. I could definitely do it.
Oh, sure.
So once I got into it,
You're
that's
smart enough, talented enough. You have the discipline and the ability. You have an ability to follow through with shit and to like be able to put something on the back burner and then come back to it, work on it, come back to it, work on it. Me, like the reason why I didn't succeed at that is because I needed to be in my face all the time.
That's how I know I wouldn't be good at no selling shit like that.
That's the one time I was like, this is a reason. And I hate going that way. But the more I got into it and the more I was like, yo, they just didn't have a reason. They just didn't contact me. I'm like, it's no other reason.
They feel like we don't have any money in this community.
And I'm just like, he's trying to play me.
Now that I've been in it and I see why they like doing it, because niggas don't buy life insurance. They don't. And like I actually had a dream that like one of my nightmares and shit was like me doing that and having not been paid up on my life insurance, and like now, you know what I'm saying, like my family won't get the benefit of what I was saying, what I was talking just shit about all the time. You know what I'm saying?
And I realized something when I think I was going back and forth with you, and it was something I realized where I'm like, maybe I'm tainted by my own experiences. Like maybe I don't realize certain shit in the community because I think we were talking about mental health at some point, or we were having, and I was like,
you talking about when you were saying where you felt as though that they would make not the post itself, but you felt as though most of the time people make it a race thing.
Yeah, and I was like, you know, I hate that they okay, I remember now. So for the audience, basically I saw a post and I was like, hey, starting a mental health facility.
It triggered me. He just kept saying it triggered me. I was like, you fucking snowflake.
Yeah, I was in my mind like, what?
You CNN reporter.
So I saw a post and it was like focus more on mental health in the black community. Texted the group chat, yo, I don't like how they're always trying to paint a picture where it's certain issues in certain communities where I feel like I've seen every community have an issue with this mental health thing. He was like, I really don't feel like it's a health thing, blah blah. Halfway through the it wasn't really a
conversation.
Yeah, it was a conversation. We kind of texting back and forth, and I was like, not specifically about this post, but I feel like in a lot of ways they make it seem like certain issues are only in our community.
Yeah, that's the one I skipped because I was like,
Yeah.
I did a lot where I wasn't looking. I was like, I'm not going back to read.
Oh yeah.
I'm like that too. Like if y'all go back and forth too much, I'm good.
But it was a thing where it's just like, yo,
it's like, okay, what did he
my
say?
thing was like,
Okay, then he yo, you can't understand.
You like he's right. Whoa, but that makes sense too.
Because I was like, my thing was just like, yo, certain issues aren't only in the black community. I see it in every community.
Agreed.
So I definitely see mental health be a problem in the white community too. They don't address it like they should too. And I don't like that people address it as if it's only our community.
They're still acting like they're not shooting up the schools. Like,
Yeah.
come on, yo.
But at the same time, he made a point where it's like, I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's just focused on the community, which I agree with. But I think it's a thing where like the perception, the intent isn't always as important as the perception. Because even if your intention is like, yo, I just want to raise awareness in our community, other communities are looking like, okay, this is a problem in the community. They don't pay attention to this, and this. But in the conversation, I'm like, you know what? Maybe because the way I was raised, I don't realize that certain biases are there or certain certain thought processes there. Because I know for me, we used to go to mind and shit all the time. Like, yo, that dude has an illness. Be nice to him, respect him, and just move on about your day.
I don't know about respect.
See,
so,
that's my thing.
Like, acknowledge that there's something wrong with that nigga and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
But that's
more so
my,
don't get wild on.
That's respect, though. Like,
No. That's caution.
He's like, look, this dude hasn't been over. Just treat him with respect and keep about your day. Let's go get these subs. Let's go home. So it was a thing like that. But I'm like, that's acknowledging it. That's not a problem we necessarily. I don't think the knowledge. And when we was talking, I was like, I don't think necessarily acknowledgement is the issue. Was taking steps to.
When's the last time you've been on my industry?
Probably about a year ago. It's been a
No,
little about a year ago.
No, because the way he said specifically, let's go get these subs. I'm like, that's not what the people I know who go to my industry.
I'm going for cold cuts or cheesesteaks.
Cold cuts
Maybe
or cheesesteaks? Like, because the only thing I know is at Northeast Market, there's Miami chicken.
That fucking,
And that's-
but that deli in Northeast.
Yo, that cold cut?
That deli?
That's true.
That cold cut in the. Y'all don't like chili.
The deli-
I feel like that was
Chicken?
Yeah, like,
chilling.
No, what
Chilling
the fuck would I
shit.
eat
That
that?
chilling bar?
First of all, there's a Chitlin bar.
There's a little chilling spot.
First of all, like, is it a Chitlin bar? Like you, like
I'm
you
calling
put-
it a chilling spot.
Okay.
That's all
There's
I
a
ever
difference
got.
between Chitlin
Spot and Chitlin bar.
Like, first of all,
Okay,
that's
not
Chitlin bar is
They're
over
trying
too
to elevate that shit,
sophisticated.
right? Like,
Too
what does it come out of a
sophisticated.
machine? Like, cause I
Not a
definitely don't
fucking
want
oyster
that.
bar, but it's
Niggas,
spot
they
you get
just-
chilling.
Jay delivered to you in a fucking cast iron skillet with fucking steam coming out and put a top off. Like, come on, man.
But a little chilling spot I used to go to with my mother. Like, get the
No, I
hot sauce on
definitely,
it.
I definitely get you because I got a spot out next to the market. That's the only place.
But that's what I go
that
for. You
eat
cold
chitlins,
cuts or a
so-
cheesesteak. Or the chilies.
So-
So I don't really eat chilies like more because I'm on my health shit.
Nah,
I see.
I don't eat it either because first of all, I know what that is.
It's a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
No.
It's a lot.
I've known that was for a long time.
I'm gonna go
Well,
peep.
I
It's
didn't
gonna
know.
be
No,
so-
no, no. I didn't
gotta
know
peep.
that. I didn't know that there was an extensive way that you had to prep and cook it.
Mm-hmm.
And once I saw like how tedious it really was, and to think that I was, putting that on other people, it was just like, like nah, like I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
It was. So I've always known what it was, but my mother.
I know. I agree with you. I've always known what it was.
Right.
Like,
But my mother doesn't eat it, so therefore I didn't eat it. You really eat, especially when you're younger, you with your mommy, because that's who buys the fucking food.
Nah, my mom didn't eat it either, but like it was more so. I mean, that was like something I experienced like with my aunts, uncles, and like realistically like with my dad, because it was just like, yeah, just try this. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't
like,
really
to me,
eat it. They
to
didn't
me,
really
it
eat
was
it as
like
much
try
either.
this. This is a part of your culture. Like you should never say that you never had a pig's feet or like.
I can say I've never had that, and I'm okay with that as well. If you, it's things I'm okay with not having, and pig's feet, definitely on that list, along with chitlins.
Apparently it was like the same thing as like learning about Black History Month. It was like, this is a part of your
I would have
culture.
to disagree, but okay.
I mean, I agree that I would have to disagree about a lot of things in my culture, but yeah, it's like it is what it is.
As long as I know the history of these disgusting foods, I think I'm okay. I understand why we eat them. I know why we eat them. That's enough for me. I don't have to
I
eat
used
that.
to love this shit out chilies.
Because I feel like if we're eating that, where's the growth? We ate that because we had no other choice. That's what was given to us. We had to find a way to.
The growth, in my opinion, is in the prep. Is in the cooking. Like now we cook shit to an elevated.
But why continue to eat food that was given to us as scraps? That's how I feel about it.
Because
it was literally scraps for it.
Because you also gave me a level in life where I wasn't supposed to survive that either, and I took that, excelled at it.
Yeah,
I took what you gave me, turned it into something elegant, and now you want it. So much so that your people want to have cornrows in their hair. That was something that was a necessity to us. So much so that white people now want to jump the broom.
I'm not
so much so that white people
want
want to be the best at frying chicken. Again,
which they will never be.
Even the colonel. Come on, we know.
Come on, Carl, you know that.
Yeah, come on. Like,
I don't know.
If you was in the army every day, why would you know about fried chicken?
I get what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. That doesn't mean we continually have to.
We don't have to.
eat these foods.
Yeah, I mean you're right.
But if this one is a
we don't
choice,
have
like-
to.
Knowing
Knowing what it is, that shouldn't be a choice, in my opinion.
But-
that's how I feel, though. Knowing what that is, that should be.
But everything is
I used to
not-
piss my pants, and now I don't. I just piss in the toilet. So I mean, it's still piss.
But you choose not to piss in your pants because you know better.
That's a bad analogy. But
Horrible analogy.
I go,
Because it's no ground he made.
but I go to the gym every day. But I also still eat ice cream. So that's every now and again.
That's also a bad analogy.
No,
Mine was
stop.
bad.
Because you're talking about making choices, and I'm like, okay, you know that's bad for you, but
But you were never
still-
forced to eat ice cream, nigga.
Debatable.
You were forced to piss your pants, though.
No, you weren't.
Yes, you were, nigga.
You weren't forced to.
Oh, really? So they had bathrooms for you out in that cotton field? They had bathrooms for you? You can go ahead and take your jolly green fucking
I didn't know
giant
you were
ass
talking about that. I thought you were
to
talking
a
about being a
urinal.
kid.
To a urinal?
No,
Huh?
he's talking about.
I thought you were
I
talking
get
about
it,
being
I
a
get
kid
it.
pissing pants.
get
I
it.
didn't
I'm
know
so
that's
sorry.
what you were talking
He got
about.
aggressive.
Yeah, and I used to
Calm
do that
yourself.
too. Calm myself.
You got a little hype over you I wasn't aware of, okay?
You said like I wasn't even.
Didn't know what extent you was talking about
Of
piss.
course you weren't
We're
aware.
talking.
Your niggas never aware.
You know certain shit's bad for you.
When y'all niggas gonna wake up?
Always. I'm third eye.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't understand.
I actually just watched Doctor Strange the other night, and that,
Really?
like, yeah.
I want to
Kinda
talk shit
opened me
about
up a
Marvel
little bit.
because Q seen the movie. And I don't want to talk about shit about Marvel until Tuesday.
Oh, Endgame?
Mm-hmm. I want to talk shit about it until after Tuesday. I'm going to see Tuesday. I want to hear about it.
How'd you go see Endgame?
What do you mean? How? I bought the tickets 3 weeks ago.
I brought mine 2 weeks ago.
Literally, I bought my tickets 3 fucking weeks ago.
Oh, word.
I was actually,
Y'all high-fiving each other?
I was actually mad to go see opening night. Fuck.
Oh, word.
Oh no, yeah, I'm real with this Marvel shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
Take shit serious.
so, how many cuts did the white man get until the black man get a cut in that movie? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be so honest.
Who's black in that movie?
I'm in the game now.
Now, oh, yo, I'm so happy you just said this shit, yo, because it's this one line Jay-Z said on 444, in one of his songs, 444. And though it makes sense, once you really think about it and dig deep on it and realize that what he's saying don't make sense to us either, like we're still giving white man money. When he said,
I ain't get through to y'all yet.
huh?
The one that was, he's like, I ain't get through to y'all yet.
Nah, when he said, I'm not gonna say exactly the way he said it, but he basically said, why would I ever drink effing?
Oh, when
Diddy got Ciroc.
No, I heard.
Diddy does not own Ciroc. White people own Ciroc. Let's never get it twisted, okay? Let's never get it twisted. Does Diddy make a lot of money off Ciroc? Absolutely. Did he own it? Is that a black-owned company? No. It's just like effing is white-owned, my guy. Or Belvedere. He didn't say effing, he said Belvedere.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Ciroc is just as much white as Belvedere is. That's really something. And what you just said when it comes to Marvel, that what? Diddy does not have any owner stakes in Ciroc.
Very true. But the success of Ciroc pays a black man. Belvedere doesn't even pretend as if.
So there's no black people being paid by Marvel?
I'm not saying that. I didn't say that. I just
So
said,
how is that not the same thing
I'm just saying. When do? So where are they? Are you talking about the niggas holding up the mics and shit like that? Oh, exactly, Quante.
What are you talking about?
Exactly, Quante. Who? Nobody. You don't know who's black in the Marvel movie that's getting paid.
There's multiple. Black Panther was an all-black movie.
Hey, we're not talking about that one. We're talking about the one
there's
that
other
you
black
bought,
characters.
that you bought 3
There's other black
weeks ago.
characters.
Did you buy Black Panther ticket 3 weeks in advance?
I did. I actually put that a month in advance.
Sure.
Because they put those on sale
Okay, great.
almost 2 months in advance.
Great, but we're talking about
No, don't just break
We're
like,
talking
nah,
about-
nigga. Because now you trying to
We're
act
talking
like,
about this movie.
nah, nigga.
We're talking about this
Because
movie.
you bought Black Panther and said, did you buy those 3 weeks in advance? I did, motherfucker.
Okay.
Black people make money off Black Panther.
One thing I want to start doing is fact checking because I feel like I'm not that smart. Diddy has a partnership with them. He doesn't necessarily own it.
Oh, I know. I did the research on Diddy and Ciroc.
So he has a partnership in that?
A partnership.
That's not
So
ownership.
is that an ownership stake?
No.
Yes. No.
Thank you.
What I just read was yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Swirls on that ass.
I'm not going to give
Thank
swirl.
you. Yeah,
How much ownership?
Oh, and now
I
it's
think
how
it
much?
is.
And now it's how much?
I'm curious
Now it's
how much.
Now it's
But
how
it
much?
says-
I'm curious.
But it-
Am I not allowed to be curious?
But it's there.
Am I not allowed to be curious?
Yeah, you
says
can be
that
curious all you
it's
want, but you can
between
look
three
for
people.
Belvedere and you can look through Ender's
Ciroc
Game
Diego,
as well.
which is a company
And it's
owned by
all the way down here, my friend. When at least you can say, "Hey, Ciroc Diddy is
So
at the top."
it's three
He's at least in all the commercials, my nigga.
It's between three people: Diego, which is a company owned by two French guys, Diddy, and one other guy who I can't really find the specs on.
Get your facts.
Nigga, you remember on 14. Shut your ass.
Shut your wrong.
Nigga, it's like he just always got the right facts. Fuck out
I'm
of here.
tired of it. I'm actually
Tired of what?
Being
Not being right?
Being right.
Nigga,
yeah.
you was not always right. Let's go back on the history of the show. Fuck out of here.
Let's do
you
it.
been
Let's
wrong hell of time.
Let's list them. Let's start taking a tally. I'm sure mine will come up. As
Short.
at least
Short.
Right,
That doesn't come up short.
Okay,
right,
so
because
it's Diddy,
you're wrong more.
a white guy,
Right,
and an
fuck
Indian
outta
guy.
here.
It's a white guy and a what?
Indian guy.
The Indian guy gets the pieces, the ingredients. The white guy provides the money. Diddy provides the customers. It's a perfect business. It's a perfect business. Like,
I still don't agree because Ciroc's not a better vodka than Belvedere, so whatever.
Well, go ahead and give your money to white people.
I will. I'm gonna give the money to whoever product is better. I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna just give it to what I like.
I'm gonna give it to who's better. If I prefer
Because
the better
I mean,
product,
if we
I'm
being
giving it
real-
to who's
if we being
the better
real-
product.
If we being real, Grey Goose is better than both. So
And they're owned by white people too.
I mean, well, yeah.
So white people still own the better
It's
product.
French. They put the French flag on it. They're not even hot, nigga.
Oh, but that's what I'm not saying that they're not French. What I'm saying
And
is
Belvedere never even said. They never even showed you a black person.
what I'm saying is I'm gonna go with the best product, not the black product. If the black product is best, I'll go with that. If it's not,
Here's my thing.
I might not go with
Go
it.
with the best and go with the black is two different things. Reason being because the best one is perspective. So if I like
Agreed.
one is that's what I like. So I don't even like to play the like I'm only giving my dollars to black dollars because Killer Mike tried that. And one, he starved. He was homeless for a day, and he was like,
Niggas won't even buy his shit. Yeah.
and I was just like, oh, you look like you're going through it. He did it just to show that how black people don't really own as much as you would like to. But moving on, I'm gonna give my dollars to black businesses just to support. Not saying that I necessarily even like the product, but I'm gonna give you to it like, yo, I'm a fund it.
Until you make me mad.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you, because like I really do.
I'm funded.
I have a lot of
Like,
black businesses that I really do, and I think they have a good product. I think they have a good idea. But when it comes to having black owned and operated, I'd rather be black owned. Black owned and operated. That's where you lose me. I need my white customer service. It's like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, have you
It's
ever
another
been,
level.
Yo, have
It's
you ever,
another level.
Have you ever been to Georgia Peach after 4 p.m.? Dog, they won't even answer the fucking phones. And you'd be like, oh, this is supposed to be a black business. That's somebody somewhere doesn't know that the phone for their business is not being answered. And I'm like, oh, like, are you serious? But I guarantee you go to them Asian spots, them fucking the Indian spots, all that shit.
And if they close at 2 a.m., they don't answer the phone at 1:40. So,
But they'll at least tell you. They'll at least say, hello, we got closed. Black people not even answering the phone. They won't even give you the courtesy of doing that. They won't even give you the courtesy to tell you what's up. You feel me? So that's like.
it's definitely a huge difference between the customer service
I'm scared of, what's that? They just opened a movie theater. The black-owned movie theater out in Ricestown.
I heard.
It's
I've
called,
heard about it. I don't know exactly what
It's called Take Two or Action or some shit like that. It's a black-owned movie theater, but it's supposed to be black-owned and operated. And I was like, well, I wish them the best, but I won't be there because I will not have.
I mean, now I'm saying
I'm not gonna have Deontay fucking texting or fucking talking to his baby mama or talking to his parole officer while he's scooping my fucking popcorn.
But white people do that too. That's my thing. Like,
White people at least scoop your popcorn first.
okay,
They at least do that first and have you
okay.
be Mr. Artie. Oh, I'm glad that your popcorn is great. On your way. Now I'm behind the. But black people. Oh,
But I do.
And then they become offended when you check them on that
you
shit.
talking to me? Nigga, you talking to me? You want some popcorn?
I don't disagree
What
with
on
that.
that? Are you fucking?
Yes, I want you to do your job.
Right.
Yes, I want you to do your
I'm
job.
tired
Look,
of
I'm
niggas
not
having to
disagreeing
do
with
that
y'all.
and being mad at that have to do that.
I'm not disagreeing
I was at
with
work
y'all
all day, dog.
at all, but I do want to highlight the successful, good, well-operated black business.
No, we're not saying they don't exist.
No.
What we're saying is they're in the minority of black-owned businesses.
Other than TV One, name them.
You one like black-owned.
TV One is black owned.
I thought they was bought by Viacom like BT.
No, TV One is owned by the company that's owned by Langston Hughes' store. Kathy Hughes.
Okay.
It's BET that's owned by Viacom now.
and
They only have a black CEO, and that didn't last long.
that station instantly went down the drain.
Fact check.
What?
TV One, owned by Kathy Hughes and Associates.
I'm looking at it
now.
Kathy Hughes, who is
I'm familiar.
the director saying
Kathy.
I know she is. Yeah, I know she is. I'm still gonna check out the black-owned movie theaters, the black-owned movie theater because it's black-owned, and I do support black businesses. At the end of the day, if I go check it out, I support it.
It better not be.
And it's not up.
It better not be fried fish on the menu. That's all I know. Because that's stereotypical, and I don't like it.
Listen, if
it's not, order it, yes.
If I go, if I support, it's not even that I'm.
She's the founder. I can't see anything that says she's the actual soul.
It really boils down to.
She's the founder of TV One. I didn't think she was that old.
I really think it boils down to
TV One's not that old.
Really?
It came after BT.
Oh, that makes sense.
It started from a radio company that was born in 1970.
Yeah, I believe she owns that radio company as well.
She owns The Quiet Storm.
I still probably see myself going to AMC or Cinemark because they got them recline seats.
Bruh. You know big niggas? We need that.
Listen. And look, I'm not saying because
this is the first time I haven't been able to do like this in the fucking movie theater.
Yo, listen, it's some white movie theaters that I ain't going to either because we were the ones middle to see in the game. I was super uncomfortable.
Well,
they had the regular seats, you had an old seat before everywhere started getting the recline. Bro, we was in there like. The whole group we went with was big people. So it's 7 big people.
It's like one nigga on one lap. Like it's like one person on one lap. Like it's like everybody like lapped up kind of. It's like one chick on yo like come on yo. Don't even be like that.
It's literally 7 big people.
Yo, put your arm wrestle.
And then it was 2 big people next to us at the end. So we were literally like this the whole 3 hours and 10 minutes like this.
Shout out to put your arm wrestle, nigga. Come on, you know you need that Romeo. Come on. Stop playing with me.
Hey yo, being big is a struggle sometimes, yo.
It is, but it's also funny shit because like I was we was at my job and shit, and we was like, you know, it's so funny because like when you be talking about ain't nothing nailed to the ground, it's like, yeah, you're right, neither are you. Like you know, I don't picture picking dumbass up over my head.
Do y'all ever get to a point where it's just like, yo, I'm bigger than you, shut up?
Yes.
Like
what are you talking about?
Especially like when your boss be real little, you like,
you know how you sure
real time. That was effortless, dog. Like you understand that? That was effortless.
Yo,
listen.
Real quick.
But okay, let's
understand that you, my friend.
I don't know about Norm, but I know for me and say
you're not heavy enough.
I don't know about Norm, but I can speak for me. I can speak for some other big people I know. Along with being like that, sometimes we also have to take so much consideration the fact that it's a lot of people just intimidated by big people, especially big black men.
I've almost been fired from a job where I asked. So you know how like we've all had jobs where like you be on the floor of a situation where you're supposed to sell and be professional, blah blah blah. You represent the company, da da da. At no point are you supposed to have arguments or disagreements between yourselves and your own team out on that floor because it's a bad look for the company, blah, 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 dissension, everything. You know what I'm saying? So you'd be like, let's move this to the back. But being so big, they'd be like, oh, you meant like, let's go fight in the back. Like, it's like, wait.
You know what's funny? Because here's my thing. I'm not an intimidating person. Like, actually,
so you got to do a little bit more.
Yo, I'm not an aggressive person.
I'm not aggressive,
but here's my thing. That's why I get irritated because I get tried though. Like
I don't get tried.
As you could be like, yo, I'm not gonna fight this big. Me, Mike, I could definitely beat him up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna beat the shot. So my thing is like, yo, why do you keep trying me? I'm so nice. For what reason? I've had bars. I'm like, oh, you want to fight? And then when I turn it on, now I'm the bad guy. Now I'm the angry black.
Let's.
When
has he ever turned it on?
No, listen. If I'm gonna keep it a stack, and this is usually how I go. This is usually how I go, especially for me. Niggas don't try me. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether they're intimidated. I don't know whether they don't think they can beat me up. Niggas don't try me. Bitches try me all the time because they know I'm not gonna hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Women try me so much.
That's true. Everyone. Women try everybody though.
No. It's different when you're a big dude though.
I understand.
They take it to another.
They talk that shit to them bird chest niggas, but they talk that extra shit.
Yo, they talk extra shit because it get. I think
the fuck you gonna do?
I think it gives them so much confidence to like almost bully a big nigga. Like,
okay.
put that big ass nigga. I've heard women say, "I put that big ass nigga in his place." That's how they put that big ass nigga in his place. Like, no, I'm good. You not talking like that. I'm not doing anything with you.
I literally
talking
had a whole
like that
buzz like throw some shit on like this is ridiculous, blah blah. I'm like, oh, you shit on the ground? I'm like, I literally look him in his
See,
eye.
I'm the worst because we'll start laughing about shit like that. Niggas so big, like damn.
I'm literally looking at him
Like, not only are you mad, but you gotta clean that up now. I'm certain.
Yo, I look at this man,
Oh
I'm
my
like, yo,
God.
I'm half your age and twice your size.
Yo,
What's going on right now? You don't think, okay, you're trying me now. You think, all right, I'm sorry. You right. I hate getting to that point because I'm a nice guy.
I never get the time I was choked this kid to death, yo. And I was just like, and I just like, you ever really not realize your strength? And you're like, yo, he's dying. Like,
Yo, really,
it's
get off
like,
him.
and I never, like, those eyes was like, but like, I didn't know because like, you ever get like, you ever been snuck? I've been snuck before. Like, I've been snuck where like, you didn't even know you was in a fight until it's like, oh,
I was on
just,
the ground.
I was just hitting the face.
Nah.
Like, nah, it was, whoa. Never been on the ground. But like, yeah, I was just hitting
I've been on the ground. I've been on the ground twice.
Nothing that I ain't take.
Once was my fault. Both of them was my fault.
Cause I'm a hip checking motherfucker. Like, if you want,
so
like,
I'm gonna be on the ground.
No,
if you
I'm
get
not
on
on
the
the ground. The first time I was in college and I was fighting
niggas don't like to
homeboys,
be
we was
around.
both drunk. I scooped this dumbass. I scooped him just. The second time we was at a power plant, and this dude he was already fighting somebody, and then he turned around. I'm like, yo, chill. Like you don't gotta do this. Like, let's go get out of here before the security come for her. Yo decided he gonna take a shot at me.
See, I told you stop being
See,
a
like,
hero, nigga.
No, I was in the back, and they was fighting right next to
You
me.
said that chill. Just like you said last time. Let's rewind the tape. She was like, oh no.
I did.
had
Yo,
to step
I be trying
in.
to help people, yo. I
That
be trying to help people, yo.
be the sleep niggas. Those be the sleep niggas.
Look,
Like,
he got fucked up. I didn't get fucked
You
up.
said he got.
I didn't get
No, I'm
him.
just saying, like,
I didn't get him red broke. He did.
I'm
just
just saying there'll
nigga.
be a time where it's like y'all was talking about like saving chicks if they getting hit. It was like obviously she said something or she did something to deserve. Even if she didn't, even if she didn't, everybody has their cross to bear.
Bro,
sorry,
what?
but I'm not stepping in.
Some shit happened with my neighbors again, and this time I didn't see them. This is the first time we actually went next door and like saw that shit because my sister's cool with the girl now. And
Bro, you said again though.
but it's the first time I went over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my neighbor's in a domestic in a
No. Like I said,
domestically-
it was the first time I went over. But that's because the kids was coming out, and she was whooping his ass. It wasn't no way around.
Continue.
She was fucking him up. Like,
You know
nigga,
who get paid for that? BCPS or excuse me, BCPD. And they got a whole utility belt around their waist of shit of tools.
I ain't never called the cops before. I ain't want to start that day.
Oh, I'm not a cop calling nigga either, but I'm just saying like somebody's going to.
Nope. I mean, nobody did though. I don't.
That's your neighborhood.
I was hoping somebody did.
That's
Nobody
the
called
neighborhood.
them.
Somebody should really call the police on that.
Nobody called them. It's crazy because
Damn, but you should know you're not getting no help out here. Yo, you should stop running your mouth.
and that's like the third time she whooped his ass. That's why I'm so like when people be talking about domestic violence and they always forget the fact that women be whooping niggas' asses too. Like that's a thing. That's real.
That's real. Yeah.
Women be fucking these niggas up.
Women are aggressive.
It's so crazy because
They were talking about like the women jails are way more dangerous than the men.
the first time we realized she whooped his ass, she had came next door the next day and of course her and my sister was talking about it and shit. And that shit instantly pissed me off. And she started asking me questions.
Don't she had a kid too?
Who? My sister?
No, the chick, the other chick. Cause then I met that chick, right?
No, they just moved over. They just moved over recently.
Oh, okay. I thought
they only been there like
so it wasn't that
4 or
other
5
chick.
months.
All right, but.
Yeah, But she was over there literally bragging about beating on this
It
nigga.
wasn't 4 or 5 months ago that I was at your crib. I'm telling you. I was over there. Remember, like, I was over there a couple times. Like, your sister and, like, we went over there one time. And then I was over there one time to pick you up. And
that was definitely more than 4 or 5 months ago.
because she has a kid that's like your nephew's age.
Wrong person.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the girl 3 doors down that way.
Okay.
I'm talking about the neighbors right next
cool.
door this way. Yeah, she chill. She wouldn't. She not about that life. She not like that.
Nah, I think
But
she's
this girl,
dark-skinned, though. She's
this girl next door.
On your left or your right?
My right. This girl's different.
Because I've seen you your sister in and outside of.
This girl's different.
So, okay, gotcha.
And like I said, she was literally in our house bragging about that shit. I'm like, yo, you shouldn't brag about because if you would have hauled up and knocked you the fuck out, you'd have been mad. You'd have got to call the cops. She said, I damn sure would have. I said, yo, get out, yo.
That's crazy.
Get out,
He
yo.
said, get out, yo.
That's corny as fuck, yo.
What's funny is that your sister is cool too. Like, it's just like I know I've never hung out with y'all together though.
We are. It's weird because half the time you chill with us and we together, it's like, yo, these motherfuckers are hilarious. Yo, they're the best. And the other time it's like, yo, they fighting like they together. Like we're really,
So y'all really brothers and sisters.
yeah, like.
Because I would think
We
that
wear
y'all
each
so
other.
old, y'all so old and like closer like to age. Like, see, like I have to have that level of like I gotta kind of keep my sister at arm's length because like we're cool and all, but like now she kind of thinks she's on my level and shit like that. But
Oh no,
like,
she does too.
like you just got here. Like, hold up, and you also are like super young, still kind of stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like I'm
I'm
way
not
cooler.
cool.
Me and my sister
I'm
used
way
to fight
cooler.
like dogs when I was a kid, and then now we're the best of friends. It's weird. We're cool.
That's how me and my younger sister
Yo,
is. Me and
I
my
used
sis-
to go
yo,
hard as a kid.
My
Like,
sister is 5 years younger
you're
than
the
me. That's how
enemy
we
at
were.
8 years old, and I don't care what you got to say about it.
And I don't think I've even ever met her.
Most people haven't because she was so much younger.
I forgot about
She
it.
didn't come around. It's like when I was out and about, neighborhood or in a different neighborhood.
It's crazy to think that
Or playing
there's
football
another
shit.
one of y'all that's just like that's low key. It's like
Nah,
no,
she's
niggas
not
don't know.
low key, nigga.
Right? The niggas just don't know. It's
Niggas just don't
like,
know
oh,
her.
shit.
Niggas just don't
It's
know
like the
her.
McRib and only come around a while and be like, oh shit, the McRib.
How long they be putting this back?
Yeah, like for real.
Nah, because I was like, I be thinking, I was like,
She's
is
just
a-
like us though. Like it's crazy.
That's why I don't get it. Like I would think y'all would be like, because we've had some other conversations where he was like, nah, I don't want to be in there, like, and I was like, oh, I thought y'all was like,
No, so this is what I'm starting to realize with me and my family. I'm starting to realize I just wear on people. I personally just wear on people because
When you say where, what do
you know, that's something very self-aware for you to say. Because I think I do too, and I've never admitted it. But like
Yeah,
to hear you
I mean,
say it out loud, it's
when
like,
you say where on people, like people, you feel like people get tired of you.
yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Like
because we're like, first of all,
You can
I'm
only-
gonna point you out. Like,
Yeah,
you're gonna
I'm gonna call you out.
point
I'm
shit
gonna pull out
out.
the stupid shit you say.
I don't like a lot of
And-
shit, and I'm very vocal
And
about
people
it.
don't like being told the truth
All
all
the
the time. People don't like that
Especially when
shit.
you be like, that's bullshit, or be like, oh, I bet you that happened, and then you come back like,
And-
But
"Thanks,
I'm
but-
not opposite. I feel like they keep you sharp though.
It does keep you sharp,
It's
and
annoying.
I am sharp.
It's
but
annoying.
it wears on people,
Yeah, it's
and
annoying.
people need breaks.
especially when they don't have that.
People
you know what
need
I'm saying?
people need breaks, and that's what I'm starting to notice about
Again,
people in,
my
that people in my
friends.
life is like the people that I'm the closest with are the people I don't deal with every day, or the people I don't deal with on a daily basis. Because it's that space where as though I went a month without Q. I need some
I'm looking at
realness.
something.
I need some truth. I need some truth to hear. Like I need some. But like when living with my sister and shit, it's like even when I was living with my mom and
See,
shit.
when I found out y'all
It's-
was living
it's
together,
hard,
I was like, oh shit, they must be partying in this bitch. And I always forget about the dynamic that you have your nephew and shit like that, and just like how much how much attention and shit that takes, and like it just like how that could like not necessarily put a strain on the relationship, but it's like that's just a different dynamic that other people don't see, and that's like something that you have to deal with daily.
Yeah.
And then like even with my sister, like you and your sister are the closest thing that I've ever seen to me and my sister, but even still there's differences because like your sister's so close to you in age, and my sister is so like there's such that gap that is very noticeable. 8 years, like me and my sister are 8 years apart,
Right.
which is very, very noticeable. And she's so much like me. Like some people be like, she acts like you, like I'm her father or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not. Like I'm just her brother. Like she don't fucking listen to me. I be telling her to do shit all the time. Like she don't give a fuck. But and then there's the times where like we do get along as if we were like fucking identical twins or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's super weird with me and Dana because it's like, yo, we can't go too long without talking, but we talk too much. It's like, get on my face. And then it's like
y'all are so similar though.
It's
I can
funny
see how
'cause-
that could happen, being just so similar and shit.
It's funny because you say 8 years apart. Me and my sister and brother are 10 years older than me, and I'm like,
Okay.
that was like a huge gap as a kid.
Yeah.
But the older I get, the more it's like, yeah, we the same age. That's not 10
Yeah.
years ain't
Yeah.
that big.
Especially because she's in college now, she like feels like she can do whatever she wants. And I just be like, I mean, yeah, you kind of can, but like you're still in that stage of like fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Of like being kind of silly, all out there, and like being loud, obnoxious. Like you think you like everything. It's like there's a level of just like post 25 shit where we like
Now,
we're really cool. Like this is what cool is. Like it's just like
I don't think you're wrong. I don't.
Do you ever?
I'm cool as
I feel I'm on the other spectrum of that though.
I'm just cool as a motherfucker. I know that. Like,
Do
I'm on
you
the other
feel as
spectrum.
though you ever make the mistakes that parents make, where they feel like they can't look at their kid like y'all's making mistakes? Let me be more understanding. Let me communicate better. Do you ever find yourself on the opposite of that, like where you feel like
yeah, because if you're talking about like I have this conversation with my mom a lot, especially
Why do we
about,
get in this deep ass conversation? We gotta get ready to stop.
especially about my sister, where is though I think that
numbers are important. Show something like
disrespectful for my time. I said 40, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. Because it takes 10 minutes to dap up, leave, get in the car. But with my sister, it's like
Yeah, like it's not gonna come on again at 12.
nigga, that's too late. I gotta.
Oh,
work.
damn.
Like,
I be forgetting everybody not like me, yo. I really just say, oh, fucking night. It's so annoying.
I mean, like, I need to be at least, like, in my room in the bed, like, or around my bed at 12. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like shutting it down. But I do have that wherewithal to be like, I remember, because I'm not that far away from it, I remember being 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 even. Like, when, like I feel like 5 to 30 is fixing everything you fucked up from 20
literally
to 20,
though.
to 20 to 25, and at 30 you're just gonna be starting at 0. Like you're gonna be like, all right, bet. Like now I done work my way all the way out.
Now I can take that whole decade of learning and fucking up and start to move from
like
there.
I think I just got like my taxes intercepted for the last time. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like I'm finally I'm finally done with that.
low key? School just called. Was like, yo, we taking that until you start paying the arrangement.
Yo, I can get y'all. Yo,
Oh my god!
if
If
y'all talking about student loans and shit, I can get y'all in which one called the forgiveness joint before.
The deferment or like
before,
the whole forgiveness.
So the forgiveness joint is bigger than the deferment because I tried the deferment and it only is.
But it just keep pushing
it's
back.
just a Band-Aid,
Yeah,
right?
it keep pushing
and
back.
then when it come
And
back, you're like, oh shit! Like,
yo, it pushes back and just continues to add.
it'd be
like,
scarier when it come back because you're like, I wasn't dealing with this. Like, I don't know how this is gonna fit my budget. But now on the other side of like. Of the forgiveness plan, because what they want is like they're gonna tell you a number and they want it real aggressively. Like for me, mine was like it was like closer to $6,000 with payments. Yeah,
how much did you owe in total before my bad? How did you owe in total before you did that?
the total bill was about $14,000.
See, that's what he hit me with, and I don't like how big collectors become like, okay, you owe a total of $14,900. Are you gonna pay cash or card?
Right.
You
I'm like,
expect me to
how
really
much
just hand you over $14,000?
Okay, so you think I got that?
so you think I took a loan?
you looked up my social security.
$14,000 in my billfold? Like no, yo.
I don't like how they access things.
You don't
Yeah,
have-
oh yeah, it's a Visa. It's gonna be 402. Like,
Are you
I
paying
bet
card
you
debt today? Yo,
I
Why
want
do you
next
think I got
time I want a nigga to just start rattling off card numbers like to see if they even rattle like oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
you know
Because even in my job, I'd be like credit or debit, and I know niggas be like paying for that right now. Like, yeah, no.
Yo, Shorty was like, are you refusing to pay the United States.
I love when they say that shit.
And I was like,
yes.
No,
you can't say that.
because
You can't say refuse.
this
You know,
phone call's
like, I
recorded
don't
for
have
quality
that.
insurance purposes.
I don't have that.
Look,
Yo,
I know one time, I was just not in the mood, though. She asked me that question. I'm like, yes, I tell you I'm a broke nigga. I don't have it.
Shorty was like, yo, are you refusing to pay? I was like, nah, I probably got you Friday. And I said it so sincere too, like, yo, I got you probably next week.
Hey,
Or
yo.
what niggas will hit me with is like, hey, come back in 20 minutes. I just gotta make this deposit real quick. Yeah, I'm just deposit this 14 grand that I don't have because my bank.
My go-to is like, I'm actually at work right now. Can you call me back?
I worked a little overtime last week. I'm good. Yo,
That's
they be expecting the most. Like,
That's
what are you
ridiculous.
talking about?
With that being said, this is extracurricular nonsense. Follow us on Instagram,
Oh.
extracurricular_nonsense. Facebook. That's what's under.
No, underscore.
Underscore. Okay.
Underscore
Underscore.
yourself.
Facebook. Like, comment, follow.
$14,000 in my bank account would feel so good right now.
Please cash us up so we can pay up for that. We need that.
I'm not
real
paying.
talk.
You can't say me I ain't paying
I
off no
would
debt.
kill something. I was like, we was just